Hey everybody, this is Ryan Boyles. We're having a little hangout here today, Katie Linendoll and I, to talk about Dev at Interconnect.
And I have a special
So
guest.
you are a special guest. Thank you so much for joining
No,
us.
not me. I'm saying I have a special guest joining as well.
We have a
Chewbacca.
couple of
He
special
joins all
guests.
my Google Hangouts.
We have Chewbacca. We also have Kermit the frog behind me.
Just keeping it real over here, Boyles. Just keeping it.
Ugh, you crack me up. Well, you're not a special guest. You're our special host for Dev at Interconnect.
Yay! Yes, and I personally, I'm very excited for this one because I had the opportunity to attend a lot of IBM events in the past, but this one, and if you'll agree with me, is a little bit different. And I'm probably most excited for the hands-on experience that is going to be at this one. And it's all about hands-on when it comes to conferences. And Dev at Interconnect, we want to bring you to come in and get this experience and bring it right back to your job with skills advancement, interactive workshops, Ignite talks, and one thing that you're going to be talking a little bit about, Ryan, is speed geeking. This is a new word in my vocab pool, but I think in short, it's going to be an awesome event. So we're going to actually dive into the agenda, starting with day one, February 23rd, and kind of break down everything that's going to be happening. And I think, too, in short, you're going to be surrounded by very brilliant, creative people, like-minded people that are out there going to build the future, and why not be at this event?
Right. I think it's exciting because we've done lots of developer-focused events over the past year, but this is like an Uber developer event. There's so many different opportunities for people they've got their hands in the code all day, or they're designers, or they're entrepreneurs, or kind of the folks that straddle the line between tech and the business side of the house. So we've tried to invite some luminary guests that are essentially keynote speakers. And I'm really excited to talk about James Governor from RedMonk. This is an analyst agency that really focuses on the heart and soul of the development world. He's going to talk about how to work like a software startup within an enterprise. Catherine Bracey, I'm also excited about her. She is the director of community organizing at Code for America, which I don't know how many of you know about this, but it's a fantastic organization that really is bringing a new definition to rebuild citizenship in this century. So combining code with government to sort of reinvent a sense of civic responsibility. Her background, I don't know if you know this, but she's worked with Obama in the past, and so she really has a lot of hands-on experience in driving this citizen democracy movement with technology, with the Code for America organization.
And just to be clear, too, so this is the first thing on the day one agenda. This is Monday, February 23rd. This is at 11 a.m. To Ryan's point, Catherine and James are going to be doing the Developer Luminary Series. So kicking off the day strong. You aren't going to want to miss that. And then just to keep that going, too, next up on the agenda, this is probably my favorite part of the event because it's all about, well, lunch, who doesn't love some food, but also Ignite talks and speed geeking. And Ryan, I still need some more information from you about speed geeking, but let me tell you guys what Ignite talks are all about. If you have not seen one of these talks, it is a 5-minute engaging talk. I've actually had the opportunity to do one myself, and I'll be doing another one at the event. But the topics are so fast and engaging, but as a presenter, it's probably one of the hardest things you have to do because you have to get all of this content and share a story and educate your audience in 5 minutes. And we have some very exciting Ignite talks this go around, including what if AI meets pop culture, Lego-friendly robot vacuum, I cannot wait to see, and also some very practical ones like how to be a lean startup in an enterprise. So that kicks off at 12, and Ryan, fill me in with what speed geeking is all about too.
So speed geeking is essentially, it's a rapid fire format as well. Not exactly like an Ignite talk. So an Ignite talk is a guy a guy or gal on stage with a microphone, but speed geeking is a way to have think of it as speed dating for geeks. So you're doing technology demos or conversations where
We're
you
not
go
trying
around.
to hook anybody up, though, just to be clear.
Right, right.
This is
There's
not
no
Match.com.
obligation on your part.
No, no.
But it's a cool way to sort of do a new take on the demos that we're going to have. And there's going to be so much to see and do here.
Well, and I
It's
like
also a
this
way-
part of the session too, because it works at our speed. It's just fast paced, and it's like little bites of information and entertainment. So this is the one that is just going to keep you on the seat of your pants with education and information, and again, something to walk away from and bring back to your jobs.
Exactamundo.
So
Yeah.
we've talked about 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Now we're hopping down after lunch. Open Tech Lightning Talks. Ryan, you're going to take that one over.
Yeah, this one, think of OpenTech Talks. That's sort of our name for an unconference session. So these are sessions that are happening in breakout rooms. And the cool thing about this is the attendees that are there, the developers, they are voting on these topics of who gets to speak. So speakers have been nominated. They're, putting up cool ideas about, what they want to discuss. And then you do what we call voting with your feet. You kind of go from room to room to see, a longer sort of breakout discussion with these folks.
And give me one example of a lightning talk that could be happening at 2 p.m.
Well, I know that we're going to have something around lean startups, which I think is a really great topic. We've talked a lot about that at our Innovate conference in the past, and it's really a good opportunity for folks to talk about new ways of not only writing code, but managing that code and deploying it in the cloud.
Sweet. All right, so that's at 2 p.m. Carrying through the agenda. 3 p.m., we're going to camp. Well, a different kind of camp. We're doing camp and workshops, and let me give you a little snippet on each of those. Camp Cloud, Camp DevOps, Camp Mobile, Camp Watson, yes, I will be there, and also Apple Labs. So this is going to be an exciting one. Again, we're giving you hands-on experience, and one of the cool topics that we'll be talking about here, 10 ways of hacking cloud apps, flying drones with Bluemix, another one, and to give you another sampling, build your first Internet of Things app using Node-RED, Twitter, and SMS. So lots of different exciting things in Camp Cloud, Camp DevOps, and Apple Labs, amongst others.
Yeah, I think for me, the really cool thing here is that you get to vote with your feet on which of these workshops or labs you want to attend. And the real cool concept behind these camps is that you can sort of follow a path that if you're there specifically to learn everything about cloud or everything about Watson or everything about mobile, you can sort of pick and choose all of these workshops and labs and lightning talks.
Well, and they're so different, too. I mean, who doesn't want to attend flying drones with Bluemix?
Right.
That's amazing.
It's very cool stuff. I've seen it in action, and it's remarkably easy to do, but very powerful.
And talking about voting with your feet, at 3 p.m. we also have simultaneously, it's your choice, we also have entrepreneur competition happening as well.
Yeah, this is really cool. Smart Camp is part mentoring, part networking, and part a pitch competition. So these smart camps have been happening in cities across the globe where entrepreneurs come and they get mentoring from people with maybe more experience in the business or more well entrenched in a certain industry, and then they're able to network and then ultimately put their idea in front of a panel of folks that have VC money and potentially get an investment.
So these those that are already in the competition, it's already, is it down to a select group of individuals?
It is. So they're bringing the top 9 finalists to Interconnect, to Dev at Interconnect, to compete for the title of what we're calling the IBM Global Entrepreneur of the Year.
Are they going to be crowned at?
They are. It's going to be like an awards ceremony of choice of putting these folks on stage to sort of give their pitch again for the audience, but also have some comments from the judging committee and ultimately crown someone.
All right, 3 p.m. Smart Camp Entrepreneur Competition, and to your point, a winner will be crowned as IBM Global Entrepreneur of the Year. I would love that on my resume. Culminating the night, the reception, the Bluemix reception at 5:30. Ryan, take us through that.
Well, this is neat. Bluemix is going to be giving kind of a whole, I don't know. It's going to be a lot going on in the evening for the reception. So there's going to be opportunities for you to geek out and do coding activities if you really are so pumped that you want to go try this stuff. But you can do that while enjoying a craft beer in your hand. There's food. There's also going to be, again, an evening edition of the Ignite Talks. So it's gonna give an opportunity. I think that might be when you're speaking as well for the Ignite Talk. So we want folks to be able to sort of chill out and network and see some other luminary speakers as well from companies like Twilio and from the Bluemix organization and IBM itself.
Exciting. And I actually I might have jumped the gun because we do have something else happening that night, which is pretty exciting. Now, I'm always a big fan of prizes. And Monday, so again, we're talking about the agenda for day one, Monday, February 23rd. You can actually go on a robot hunt using iBeacon technology built on Bluemix and DevOps services. So here's the deal. First ever robot hunt at Dev at Interconnect. Using an app, we're going to put you on a hunt to find 4 robots that are trying to disrupt technology. So we have Cloud, Mobile, DevOps, and Watson. And when you find one of these robots, you actually type in the disruption code and disable the threat. Now, every single time you enter a code, you get to earn points towards a drawing for a really sweet prize. And then winners are going to be announced at Bluemix reception that evening, which we were just talking about. So for the first time ever, robot hunt using iBeacon technology and a really sweet prize. Are we allowed to know what the prize is? Because it's kind of important to me.
I think you can talk about it.
You have all the details.
Well, hang on one second. I'm going to pull up the list. There's actually a laundry
Better
list
be good.
of cool things. It's quite impressive. So these, and you can't hold me to this, but these are some of the things I'm hearing about. There's going to be perhaps for the super, excited folks that want to do more hacking, there's going to be some of these Raspberry Pi kits in the XBMC Media Center that developers use to code to the Raspberry Pi device. As well, there's going to be BeagleBone devices, which are also another, tiny computer that folks are using for embedded programming and to create, things, Internet of Things type applications. Excellent. Other things I think are cool that I would love to have, even though I don't think I can win, is a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition.
Nice.
This might get you excited, though. A Slingbox 500.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Also, Wii U's. And the thing that I love to talk about with the Wii and with a lot of the other game consoles is that most people don't know that there's a lot of IBM embedded technology in those devices. There's an IBM chip, a 45 nanometer chip, that is part of the embedded DRAM and the multi-core processor of that gaming console, which I think is really cool.
I love it, Boyles. Good prizes.
Is that enough?
Yes. When does that robot hunt start? Is that an all-day affair?
Yes, I think it's going to go throughout. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for people just to kind of casually do that in between.
And obviously, the more codes you find, the more you get entered.
That's right.
So the idea is to find the 4 robots disrupting the technology.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so we talked about day 1. Now, Ryan's going to quickly take you all through day number 2, which starts a little earlier. It starts at 10 a.m. with open talk sessions. Go ahead, Ryan, take it away.
Yeah, the reason for this is DevAd on Monday really begins after that Monday general session. On day 2, however, the general session's in the afternoon, so we get started earlier, and we have more of the open talk sessions that are, like I said, like an unconference where you do voting. There's also going to be workshops devoted to security topics and Internet of Things, as well as more opportunities to participate in the Apple Labs, which are, we think, going to be standing room only or a wait list for mobile developers.
Nice. That's all happening at 10, and then 12 o'clock is kind of like the day prior. So again, we're talking Tuesday, 12 p.m. We're going to have lunch again, and then have more Ignite talks and more speed geeking, and also, yes please, a women's developer workshop.
Yep, I knew you would like that one. It's going to be
Very
really
much
neat.
so.
There's a really strong focus on reaching out to women in tech with our event. We're actually inviting, we have invited many women in technology who are doing amazing things to come and be a part of not only the workshops but these open talk sessions. So I think it's going to be really exciting.
And then, of course, right after that, more luminary conversations. And I'm seeing some really cool individuals and really cool talks falling into the 2 p.m. luminaries.
Yeah, this is an opportunity to hear from one of James Governor's colleagues who I like a lot. Donnie Burkholz, he is coming from the open source world, working for RedMonk now, and he really is going to give a no-nonsense talk about how today's modern developer really should be thinking about Internet of Things as a developer. And they have a catchphrase that I think is excellent, that developers really are the new kingmakers. And so the talk is about explaining how developers are really the ones who determine whether these technologies, like an Internet of Things, are going to succeed on or fail based on what people are doing with it out there.
Well, of course, coming right off of CES, obviously the big buzzwords of 2015 already, Internet of Things, so that'll be a very interesting discussion, and also a practical discussion, and to your point, of where we are going with IoT.
Yep. That's been my favorite topic of the past year. All the Internet of Things stuff that is a part of the Bluemix developer environment, and the cloud services are just fantastic. Sandy Carter is going to be speaking about growth hacking. And I don't know if you know what that is. I'm learning a lot about it right now, but it's essentially a set of tactics and best practices for growing your user base really quickly. So she really is going to talk about, within a cloud context, how entrepreneurs can grow their business in new and interesting ways. A little bit of the secret sauce. It's going to have a little bit to do with our business partner program, and even ways in which the Bluemix platform itself was developed this way.
Excellent. So Sandy and Donnie both at 2 p.m. in Developer Luminaries, and then at 3 p.m. we move to Open Talk sessions.
Yep. These are, again, you voted for them. It's going to be the sessions you want to hear about, and you're going to have the opportunity to sort of pick and choose from, a half dozen or more different talks to go to during that time.
And then for the last thing of the night, Soft Layer and Cloud and Gaming Bash. That kicks off at 5:30. And a lot kind of folds into this. We're going to have Ignite talks. We're also going to see a lot of gaming competitions under all platforms, from Xbox One to PS4 to Wii U and Oculus. And also, of course, there'll be booze and food and networking and a DJ, so it'll be very fun. And then too, Ryan, on both days, there will be a developer playground talking about all the different gaming platforms. And one of the awesome parts about any IBM event is, again, we go back to that point of being hands-on. Developer playground, if it was anything like the last IBM event I attended, very cool in terms of touching and feeling everything from drones to Oculus and the latest and cool demos in rapid-fire succession.
Yeah. I couldn't be more excited. I'm very much a super gadget nerd, you know this. So getting my hands on the Oculus and all the cool demos and games that they're showing off for that really gets me.
Well, the last Oculus too, what was really cool, the last IBM event, they had Oculus in the playground, and you could actually experience, may I say too, you have to experience Oculus hands-on. When people talk about, oh, Oculus this, Oculus that, it's not until you really immerse yourself in the content and experience it, do you really get it. And they had this one that I've never seen before, and you could actually jump off of a building and get that sensation. And we were watching, a lot of people didn't even want to make that leap. And so it just goes to show you how, and I nerd out because I think Oculus can go in so many different directions, from therapy to the medical space and beyond just gaming. So it's exciting, yes, to, in short, get on hands-on in the developer playground with things like Oculus and Raspberry Pi and drones. So take advantage of that all throughout the day, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep. And this is also, speed geeking is going on throughout this as well. So like I said, building a living heart, real-time sentiment analysis of how they tracked, the ups and downs of the World Cup in Brazil. So there are lots of cool subjects there. And we would be remiss without sort of diving into the fact that there's going to be so many labs that, in parallel with all the great speakers with this playground, there's going to be an opportunity for you to go sit down and really sort of go into, creating something within a half hour.
And learning from these developers, like behind the scenes. I mean, you get to ask them questions one-on-one, only they can answer. So this is training and experience that is incredible, if you will.
I agree. And I think we should tell everybody how to, I guess, get plugged in here, because the location for Interconnect itself is pretty big. It's a big conference this year. And Dev at Interconnect is going to be taking place over an entire floor at the MGM Resort.
I've never seen anything like this on your guys' side, so I'm pumped.
It is crazy. And it's literally 48 hours of nonstop training, networking, like we said. So many opportunities to get involved, get your hands on with the code. The theme is a new way to build, so it is for the builders. There's a couple of ways that I want to mention for people to attend this. Now, first of all, if you're attending Interconnect already, then you can just add any dev at Interconnect sessions or anything directly from the agenda builder. Come on over. Your badge works just fine. If you're a developer who just wants to come to this program only, we also have a super discounted pass so that you can attend the 2-day program for only $400 and get all of this for that price. So I think that's really, to me, I've not heard of any event on this scale at that price. I mean, think about how much South by Southwest costs now, right?
Well, I don't want to speak out of turn, too, but in addition to the 48 hours of nonstop training and everything that Ryan's just filled you in on, hopefully we've painted this picture a little bit better. Are we allowed to say who is also attending Interconnect Rocks?
Yeah, go right ahead. Go for it.
All right, so P.S., on the third day, not only are you going to get hands-on with all these labs and developers and experience, Aerosmith is going to be there. Hello. So pretty awesome experience, and it's just going to be epic and amazing.
Yep, I agree. So you can attend the Aerosmith concert if you're a 2-day pass program holder. That's happening on the third day. So you can do a nominal upgrade to do that, or, like I said, if you've got the Interconnect conference pass, you're good to go, and you should just come on over.
And I have to, of course, give a hashtag. The hashtag, so you can start building these relationships now. The hashtag is DevInterconnect. Can't forget that. And we'll give you all the information on sessions and really the networks that are already out there and other innovators and other developers. Tremendous amount of opportunities, and also use that hashtag because there's going to be a lot of after parties as well. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
So a reminder, this is 2 jam-packed days, February 23rd and 24th at MGM in Las Vegas, Sin City. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss it.